Hello and welcome to our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World resorts in 2019. Today is day 94.
This morning we got up and got ready and did have to pack everything up because it is moving day today. But we did enjoy having 4 days here, which was a little longer than what we have had.
Nice.
Of course, we had breakfast at the Club Level Lounge and got to enjoy our Savannah view a little bit longer before it was time to check out. Then Bell Services did come, take our larger suitcases, and we headed out to the lounge to just kind of hang out. And we're going to stay till lunch because we want to make sure we get some food at lunchtime before heading to our next resort. We are going to Port Orleans French Quarter, which is a resort we really like. It's very pretty, and we're going to have a pool view, which we've not had before, so we're really interested to see how that goes. While we were hanging out in the Club Level Lounge, Robert did a little bit of work, and I went and took some pictures around the lounge just so we'd have some things for when I do a post or anything I can share with it. But one of the things I found that was new was the schedule for movies that the Club Level Lounge cast members had put out.
Oh my goodness.
They were ready for Endgame because they had every single MCU movie in order each day leading up to Endgame. I was like, this is epic. This is amazing.
They had committed fully to Avengers Endgame. They were ready for it, and I was kind of sad that we were only there that one night. I was like, oh man, I'd love to watch an MCU movie every night, and we don't have Disney Plus, so it's not like we can do it anyway with Disney Plus, so it was really cool that they did that.
What did we do before Disney
I
Plus?
apparently not watch the movies.
Know.
We just didn't watch the movies.
We aren't very far from Port Orleans French Quarter, so we did head to the resort and check in, but our room wasn't ready yet. We decided to go to our P.O. box because we're very excited. Our first order of t-shirts is in. They're just samples. So we wanted to see them because this was from a small place in Michigan. So we're really interested to see how the shirts turned out. We've never done anything like this before, never made t-shirts or ordered anything. So we opened them all up and they weren't quite what we were hoping they would be.
Disappointing is probably the best way to describe that package that we got. The shirts were the right type of shirts, the high quality shirts we wanted, and we're really happy with the shirts themselves. The quality of the printing, though, left a little something to be desired. One of the prints kind of like faded off and didn't actually finish printing, like the printer ran out of ink or something. And then there were kind of some ink splotches on one of the other shirts that was just this random yellow ink. And just several issues with a lot of the different shirts. Of the dozen shirts we ordered, I think only 2 were usable to the point that we didn't just have to toss them. So it was very, very disappointing. And we were really hopeful because this company had some good reviews. And we reached out to them and let them know that, hey, this is not okay. We can't accept these. How did they get past quality control? Like, is this a normal thing? And they said, that's fine. We'll make it up to you. We'll send you some more shirts and you can check those out. And we'll fix it for you. I was like, okay, well, that's just a one-off bad thing, and it's fine. Maybe we'll still be able to use this company. Who knows? We'll see in a couple weeks when the shirts get here. From there, our room was still not ready, so we headed over to ESPN Wide World of Sports because today is the first day of the Expo for Star Wars Half Marathon Weekend, Rival Run Weekend. I am so pumped about this weekend. Princess Half Marathon was fun for some of us. Some of us may not have enjoyed it very much running, but I was really excited because I was registered for the 5K, as was Alyssa, and I also was registered for the Kessel Run Challenge, which was a 10K followed by a half marathon, as well as a virtual half marathon, which you can break into multiple runs. You don't have to do it all at once, and I did that when I was kind of training for the half marathon coming up. So I'm pumped because I love Star Wars, and it's the Expo, which means Star Wars merchandise. So we headed over to Wide World of Sports, got there, and first order of business is getting my bib so that we can have those for the races, and Alyssa getting her bib for the 5K. And I didn't realize, apparently, that when you got there, they would give you your stuff for the Kessel Run Challenge. That meant they would also give you your medal from the virtual half marathon. So that was cool. I got that day. And they also gave you the shirts and everything else. So we had so much stuff just from picking up our bibs and our shirts for the races and everything. And I hadn't even bought anything yet. Keyword is definitely yet. Because I wanted to go through and check out everything they had there on the floor at the Expo, the trade show they have. But I learned a little bit from Princess Half Marathon, and the first stop, instead of the trade show floor, is actually the Run Disney merchandise area, because that is the merchandise I really want, not the stuff from third parties. So we get into the Expo Center there, and they have character meetings up front, and I take a mental note. I'm going to come back and get a picture with characters when I'm done shopping, but not before. So Alyssa stayed back while I went to do some shopping because she saw a little something over to do off on the side.
They actually had signs out that you could make for those who weren't necessarily going to be at each of the races. If you're not participating, you can still encourage others. And so I got to make some signs because even though I am doing the 5K, I'm not going to partake in the 10K or the half marathon, but I do want to cheer Robert on. And I had actually been a little sad that I didn't have any markers or boards that I could make something with. So this made me really happy that I'd have some signs holding up. Don't have pictures of those yet, so those will come in the next couple days because I didn't want Robert to see what they look like. So I didn't want to have pictures in my phone in case he saw them. So I held on to them the whole time so he could not see what the sign said because I actually thought some of them were a little clever.
Yeah, I had no idea what she was doing with them. She's like, I'm going to go do this thing. I'll be back. Like, I'm going to go shop. I'll be back, you know. So going to the expo area, of course, just so much merchandise. It's ridiculous. But I made a beeline for the pins because I know those are going to sell out. They always do. And I saw they had a pack for those that did the Kessel Run. You could get the different pins for the different races all in one big pack. So I grabbed those. They were out of the 5K pins already, which was really a bummer. So I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to get a 5K pin. I did get a 10K finisher shirt because I knew I was going to finish it no matter what. And it had Boba Fett on it. So I was like, I'm going to get the 10K shirt. And then I also got the Kessel Run Challenge pin. They were completely out on the floor. And I asked a customer, she's like, let me go check and see if there's anywhere else. I don't know where she got it from. She tracked it down. She's like, don't tell anyone where you got this. It's like, I won't tell anyone anything if you're going to let me have that pin. And she did. So I was able to buy the Kessel Run Challenge pin that looks like a miniature version of the medal. I was so excited about getting that one. Didn't get the 5K, but I'm happy I got everything else. It's perfect. So I took all of that merchandise and went and checked out and then tracked down Alyssa, who was still making her signs. And I said, okay, if you're going to stay here, you can hold the bag for a minute. I'm going to go meet characters because there's one character in particular who's out and I want to meet him. It's Boba Fett, my number one absolute favorite character in all of Star Wars, and he's out there doing a meet and greet. So I got to go up and wait in line, a pretty short line, relatively speaking. I think it was about 15 minutes, and get my picture with Boba Fett, which was like the highlight of the day, right there, just barely edging out, getting some new pins and Star Wars merchandise.
He came back so excited telling me all about it. I was like, awesome, I made really cool signs, but I'm not going to let you see them, so... But we both had a really good time there, and then we made our way back to Animal Kingdom Lodge for dinner. So, of course, we want to have that club level dinner while we still have access to it. We have through the end of the night. We had dinner and then went back to French Quarter because our room is ready now. We did a late night live room tour on Facebook, which you can see here.
So they have the 2 queen beds, and as with all the remodels they've had going recently, they do have the under the bed storage available. And we found out this week, talking with a cast member, that was actually inspired by Disney Cruise Line. One of the execs from Disney Cruise Line was here at Disney World and is working with the team here on these remodels and said, hey, why are we not doing under the bed storage? It works amazing on the cruise ships. We should be doing it in all the resorts as well. And so they've started doing that with the remodels. They've started making the under bed storage kind of a standard thing, which we really appreciate. Once you have more than a couple suitcases, they kind of get in the way. So they do have the nice mirror over here with the table and chairs, and once again, that pattern that we are very fond of on the chairs because they have the little lily pads with the frog jumping off of the lily pad, which I guess you could make your decision if that's Tiana or Naveen, but it's keeping with the Princess and the Frog theme here because it is New Orleans, it is French Quarter. And as usual, you can find the link to that room tour down in the description below and up in the corner there. Once we were done with the room tour, we hustled back over to Animal Kingdom Lodge once again for one final trip to the club level lounge because you gotta have dessert, right? You can't skip dessert. So we had our desserts there at the club level lounge and went all the way back to French Quarter. And that is when we decided to go ahead and go to bed early because 3 a.m. comes very early when you're there to catch a bus for a race. And we have the 5K tomorrow morning. Alyssa's going to be doing it with me. She's so excited. And so, yeah, we went to bed early tonight because it's going to be a very, very short night. And that was the end of our day today. So we will see you tomorrow
for our Year with the Ears.